How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? So what's going on?
You don't want to know.
And now, Tom Zappala and Mike Lamazzo with the Sicilian Corner.
Good morning, Mikey boy. How are you today?
You know something, T? I can't complain.
Mike-
I love this refreshing air. It's absolutely delightful compared to that heat and humidity. That was freaking awesome. You know, and some people like it. I don't.
I love it.
understand.
I love it.
You love heat and humidity?
Yeah, I you know, you listen, you know what the freaking winter does to me. Humidity does not bother me. I mean, you know, sometimes my hands get a little swollen, but I'll take humidity any day over ice and cold and 15 degrees. We can.
We agree to disagree.
Well, you know something, but that's because, and I'll tell you why. You're a little older than I am.
What's that got to do with the price of coffee beans?
Well, because what happens is at the weight that you're at right now, what happens is with the humidity, your body absorbs all of this liquid. And as a result, because you're already overweight, it brings you down even further.
You know, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah,
What?
just because I have an overactive thyroid, you don't have to break my chops over it.
How you doing? Now, listen, another question for you. So,
I'm Italian. I love to eat. I don't care. One thing about the weight, it pulls the wrinkles down. It pulls them out. See, that's why you look so old.
what do you mean look
You're,
old?
you're too lean. You need a little bit of weight, and it pulls the weight, pulls all the wrinkles out of your face.
You know, actually, there's something to be said about that. There really is. But the problem is that even though you look healthy, you're not as healthy.
Why is that?
Because you're putting junk, you're putting poison into your body.
How do you know?
Because
what
I know
eat?
I
probably eat more salad than you do.
Okay, let's take a step back. Number one, you and I have broken bread hundreds of times. Number one,
And it's amazing how much bread you eat.
I do eat a lot of bread. And I have IBS, so that kind of wreaks havoc on me sometimes. But I've seen you eat, and it's just amazing how much food you can put down. And I don't want to hear about this
without even trying.
And I don't want to hear about this salad stuff, because quite frankly, you always order a salad, but the crap that you put on it, it's like 2,000 calories.
You know something? I don't care. I'm here for a short period of time. You think life goes on forever? I don't care. You think only people that are sick end up in the funeral home? No. Everybody. We got an expiration date. I want to milk everything. Anything that gives me pleasure, I want to do before it's time to go see Chris at Catadella's.
So you're going to see him? First of all, let me clarify something. You won't be seeing him. He'll be seeing you. You realize that?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's
Just want
true.
you to know.
I haven't heard from Joe Catadella in a while. Is he still down in Florida, or did he come back?
I don't know. I think he's in Florida year round now, isn't he?
I think so, yeah.
I should have asked my cousin Al. We had a wonderful dinner with my two cousins, my two favorite cousins.
You went to the
Abenaki Country Club with my cousin Al Teresi and my cousin Dr. Tom Teresi and their lovely spouses and Ellen. Yeah, we had a nice time. Great food. Very, very nice.
Food is excellent.
It's a nice property too. It's a very nice property.
I'm a little bit disappointed lately. The Atkinson has kind of left me a little bit cold. The Atkinson Country Club.
Yeah.
Up here.
Yeah.
It used to be much, much, much better. I mean, but if you want to eat outside, have a nice place to look at, that's some of these places that throw tables outside, you end up looking at cars driving by in a parking lot with asphalt.
Good for you. Hey, shout out to Rocco Rosado. Rocco won our GAX giveaway. He won, Rocco, I know you're watching. Rocco won a Rico Petrocelli signed baseball card. Rico signed it on the air for Rocco. Good man. Peter, hey, Roger Trudell. Roger is my new best friend, by the way. Because I advised, he's called me up 3 times to ask for my advice about tomatoes. And I'm helping him.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
He asked you for advice about tomatoes?
He did. He's called me 3 times.
Right now he's on the warpath.
So I've been educating him.
You know what a vole is, Tommy?
Excuse me, a bowl?
Vole, V-O-L. I think it's V-O-L-E.
Yeah, it's a little mouse.
Yeah, there's no
It's like
eyes.
it's like
bigger than a mouse.
Yeah, it's like a little rodent.
They've been eating his plants, his tomato plants. Now you know what that means.
Well, he called me on that.
He
And I advised
war.
No, I advised him what to do. He called me up. He says I have a vole problem, so I advised him, and I think I gave him a good suggestion. What I did was I sent him a ladder from Jackson Lumber, just an 8-footer, and a rifle, and he sits on top of the ladder, by his tomato patch, and he sees when he shoots it.
I think they go underground though.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I think so.
Then I guess I screwed up.
Like a gopher, just pick the plant right down, pull it right down. Boom.
Hey, Barbara Cody. Who's Barbara Cody? I love that name, Barbara Cody. What a beautiful name.
Yeah.
Now,
that's a Cody with a Y.
No, I love Bob. Barbara's good. Lucille Spinella, McTeague, Claire Moynihan, Nancy DeMarco.
She just got her air conditioner. She got a brand new air conditioner last year. Boy, she must have been very happy when this hot weather hit. She was nice and comfortable in her house.
Really?
My air conditioner is about 25 years old, but it does the whole house, and so far so good. But I'm looking forward to changing it, and that'll be the last air conditioner I have to worry about. I hope for a long time.
Yeah.
Last one you buy. Everything now, I look at it and say, well, I buy a new refrigerator. That's the last one I have to buy.
So these cars that you have, is that in the cars?
Say that again.
The cars that you own, is that it? What you own is what you own?
No. One of the cars I had originally bought for Lucille, as you know.
You're going to keep that.
I may. I don't know. I think I really like the way Caddy's coming out with a new Eldorado.
Yeah, but hold on. How long have you had your Caddy?
Oh, the old one.
Yeah.
I bought it 2020, brand new.
So, no, your Cadillac, the one you drive all the time.
2000.
That's a 20-year-old car.
I actually bought it during the feast,
and that's your favorite car. So what I was thinking,
but Tommy, it's got 250,000 miles on it.
So listen, here's what I'm thinking. When your deli ticket is pulled, instead of getting cremated, I think we should get a couple of Jackson Lumber backhoes, and you get buried in the car, at the seat of the car. I'm telling you, it would look so cool, and then we drop you in. What do you think?
I like the idea of the car, but I really want to be cremated. I can't stand the thoughts of decomposing.
All right, so we put the car in, and we put you in a can, and we put the can on the dashboard.
Okay. Can David hear us?
David
I can.
Are we going to have a telephone number, David, or are we going to have to skip that for this week?
We're going to have to skip
I know
that.
you're having
We're doing
internet
it this week.
problems.
I am, and I'm doing the show on my phone. I'm producing on my phone. That's how good
You
I
know
am. So I
something,
can't-
David? That
I
is
can't take
talent.
the call.
That is a
That's-
talent.
Well,
David, just a couple of questions while we have you on the phone.
Yes.
They may or may not be pertinent. Did you pay your cable bill?
yeah, they take it out automatically.
They do. All right. So
No,
that's
you
not
can't-
it.
you can't forget.
So the second question that I have is, do you live in Windham, New Hampshire?
No, apparently I
Again with
moved.
William.
Well, I mean, because obviously there's something going on there between. Have you guys noticed I have never had an internet problem here?
Don't say that.
No.
Don't say that.
I
Don't
have
say
never.
that. You have shot memory. You have shot hands in your pocket. You got shot memory.
When the hell did I have an internet problem here in Merrimack at the
Not
Cecil
too long.
Corner,
Not too
Merrimack,
long.
mighty Merrimack River Studios,
Not
World
too long ago.
headquarters.
right?
Yep.
Mikey, I got to tell you something.
Go ahead.
I told you about the Uni pizza oven the kids bought me.
Mm.
This thing,
I knew you wouldn't go for $350. I knew it had to be a gift. Now, are you using wood pellets or using gas?
I'm using wood pellets, number one. And number two, yeah, it was about $350.
950 degrees. That's
Roger Trudell says, Tommy, with voles, this is a freaking war. I'm not using a gun. I'm using napalm. So, Mike, I think we lost your voice. Oh, this is wonderful.
Do we really?
Mike, can you talk, please? Yeah, we did. We lost Mike. That's okay. But David, this Uni pizza. There you are. This Uni pizza
Yes,
oven.
sir.
I'm telling you, it is such a fantastic piece of equipment. $350. I did buy the stainless steel table and all the accoutrements that go with it. But literally, a state-of-the-art pizza, 1 minute and 30 seconds it takes.
So explain to me how these ovens work. Does it sit outside? Is it inside? What is
Oh
it?
yeah, it's an outdoor oven. It's got a little it's got a stone, pizza stone in it.
Oh,
It's got a chimney. It's probably about 2.5, 3 feet long, and all you do is you fill up the pellets, put it in the back. You get it up to about 900 to 1,000 degrees, and you make your pizzas. And then they're like 12-inch pizzas. You just slip it in. After 30 seconds, you rotate it. Another 30 seconds. Perfect pizza.
That's
We
awesome.
made, I think we probably made 12 to 15 of them. We had the kids over.
Did
And
you
the
really?
little kids, oh yeah, the little kids were making them. It was good. I really highly recommend it. It's called the Uni Pizza Oven. It's really is really cool. Really cool.
They're
Mike,
getting great reviews, T.
Mikey, I'll tell you what, honest to God, I love it. I absolutely love it. But the other good thing about this oven is that you can cook just about anything on it, and it's really what's the word? It's almost like a club. It's almost like a club. So
What do you call it? An uni?
yeah, Uni pizza oven.
Uni pizza oven. Do you keep it outside, T, or you keep it in the house? Could you pay attention to the show and stop?
Well, I
screwing around with
am
the-
actually. I am, but I'm trying to work here with my friend David. Hey, Dave.
Yes, sir.
There he is.
Okay,
back.
you are back.
We're
Are you back?
We got the internets.
All right,
Oh,
great,
beautiful.
excellent. I was really getting upset.
It's good to know, Tommy, about the pizza. Now, do you buy pizza dough like from a supermarket?
Yeah,
Tripoli's,
or else Tripoli's.
You don't make your own dough.
No, that's listen, that way too much work. You can get good quality pizza dough.
Where do you get it?
Either Tripoli's or Market Basket.
Oh, Tripoli sells their dough. That's
Yeah.
excellent.
But
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
tell you what, this Uni, it's like a cult. So they have cookbooks, tells you how to make wings or salmon or even steak. So it's pretty cool.
So how long does it take? Once you get the pizza, you make what, a 16-inch or a
12 inch. It takes
12
a minute and 30 seconds.
The kids must love it, huh?
They love it. You have to pay attention to the temperature. You keep the temperature between 900 and 1,000 degrees. And I know you were off. You put the pizza in, 30 seconds, rotate it, another 30 seconds.
Oh,
pull
it
it out.
it doesn't rotate.
No, you have to rotate it yourself.
What is it? How do you spell it, Tom?
O-O-N-I.
N-I, Uni.
I'm going to bring it up on the
Yeah.
screen.
Hey, today is kind of a special day. Boston English High School is having their graduation at 12:30 today, and that's the oldest public high school
In the country.
in America.
That's really cool.
And guess where they're having it?
Where? Harvard?
Fenway Park, one of the
Are they
oldest
really?
professional baseball venues in America.
You know something?
I think that's so
I love
cool.
hearing that stuff. I love hearing that stuff. All right, listen, we're going to take a break, take an early break. We come back. We have a new friend that parked itself next door to us yesterday. A female friend of Ellen and I, and we met her yesterday, and I want to tell her about her. Is that okay?
I got a craving for turtle soup.
We'll be right back. Did we lose David again? I think we're going to have to do live reads. I think we lost David again.
Yeah. This is great.
Am I there?
Looking for that something.
Is that why you were hanging around to say, why didn't you just wave? Okay, we are back.
Really? Where did we go?
David, we're
Looking for that something special? All of us here at the Sicilian Corner suggest trying Ristorante Uno, located at 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. For the most exquisite dining experience in an intimate setting that serves authentic regional Italian cuisine and features old country service. Try Ristorante Uno. Did we mention their award-winning wine cellar? Ristorante Uno, 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. Call 617-573-9406 for reservations. That's 617-573-9406. Tell them the boys from the Sicilian Corner sent you.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine is pleased to announce the opening of their American College of Radiology accredited MRI unit at their location at 16 Pelham Road in Salem, New Hampshire. So now, in addition to receiving the best orthopedic care in the Merrimack Valley, as well as physical and occupational therapy at Optima Sports Therapy and Rehab, you can also have your MRI, all in one convenient location. The doctors and staff of Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine have been dedicated to providing outstanding medical care to the Merrimack Valley in southern New Hampshire since 1984. Located on Route 97, just off Exit 2 from Route 93 North, on the second floor of the Workout Club of Salem. You deserve the best care, and that's exactly what you'll get from the board-certified surgeons at Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine. Please call 603-898-2244 to schedule an appointment.
A loyal sponsor for the Sicilian Corner is Hilton Oil Company. Hilton Oil has been located right across from the South Lawrence Common since 1932 at 101 South Union Street. Hilton Oil Company specializes in 24-hour burner service, oil deliveries, including automatic deliveries serving all the Merrimack Valley area, plus portions of southern New Hampshire. If you want your car fixed right the first time, bring it to Hilton's state-of-the-art service station. Remember, Hilton's is also a Mass State inspection station. Hilton Oil Company, 101 South Union Street in Lawrence. Call 978-687-9793.
This is Cindy
and Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts,
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we are back. I love my brother Al. Al said that I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree, Mikey. Do you agree with that?
No, I find you to be quite smart in some areas. And in some areas, you're lacking.
Wow. Can you give me like an example
of
where I don't care about lacking, of where I shine.
Where you shine? Let me think about that for the next. How much time we have, Dave?
We have 36 minutes. So
all right. So let me tell you about our little female friend, David. Do we have access to those little images I sent you?
Yep. Just give me 1 second.
So yesterday, Mikey, I was standing in my living room,
Here she
and
is.
this is our new friend.
Do you have a name for her?
Yeah, Teresa the turtle. And I was looking out.
Why Teresa, T?
Because it's a female.
I know, but that name, it's.
Well, she looks like a girl I dated when I was about 15. So she kind of reminded me of her. But anyway,
really.
So I was looking out the window. This is right outside our living room.
I have a
window.
turtle story to tell you later on.
All right. And I said to Elle, I said, look at this thing. And it was like not moving at all for probably 35 or 40 minutes. So I got a little concerned because it was, came right up from the river, right through the yard. And I called the animal control officer. And I said, look it's a snapping turtle, by the way. I said, I think we have a distressed turtle. Can you come and do what you got to do? And he asked, I explained what he's doing. He said, well, let me tell you what he's doing. He's laying eggs. Do you have that other?
She's laying eggs.
David, did we lose it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Yes, we did.
she was laying eggs. So as a result, what we did was we staked it all off. She was there for about, 25, 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and then meandered back down to the river. And so we cordoned off where she laid the eggs, so the people wouldn't like step on it, or because it's a little historic park next to us, or mow over it. So I think we made our contribution to the Animal Rescue League yesterday.
You
cool.
contacted the town and everything?
Oh yeah, I talked to the animal control officer.
Well, as long as they don't dig them up, some animals dig them up. But you said they put the eggs down pretty deep, right?
Yeah, there was like two big holes.
Wow.
Two big holes.
Can I tell you my turtle story?
Absolutely.
All right.
Is this something that's going to be disgusting, like you ate one or something?
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that.
All right, go ahead.
I forget where this place is, T. Maybe you know. It's outside of Fort Myers, but they call it the Ponce de Leon Health Pool or some crazy thing like that. It's a natural fed little pond, and it's supposed to be very, very, very healthy for you to go there.
Yeah.
And people basically walk in a circle. There's a center, and people walk in a circle, and they cool off. And supposedly this water, if you have bad knees or whatever the case might be, is supposed to help you.
So it's a scam, basically.
I don't know about that. So anyway, I'm trying to get Lucille to go in, and Lucille really doesn't go. She doesn't like feeling mush under her feet. And most like lakes and ponds, there's that mush feeling. So she says, I'll come in. And we're with Louise. You know my friend Louise.
Yep, Bouzier.
And she really believes in this place. Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short. So we're walking around, and we're going in circles. And it's kind of dumb because you must have 200 people walking around
in a circle.
So here comes
Scam.
Lucille. Here comes Lucille finally. So she says, I hate this under my feet, but the water feels good. She says, as long as I don't see a turtle, I'll be fine. I don't want to see a snapping turtle in this water. What do you think shows up from the side?
A snapping turtle.
What do you think that this poor turtle decides to do? He craps in the water in front of Lucille of all people.
God almighty.
Oh, my aching head. I never seen that woman walk so fast in my life.
That's
David,
funny.
She was like flying out of there.
That is funny.
But that thing is supposed to have some powers of healing. I don't know where that came from. But.
Well, something. There's places like that all over the world.
Absolutely.
I was reading an article yesterday. And by the way, Mikey, do we have any feast information yet? No, right? Nothing cut in concrete regarding the Feast of the Three Saints?
As of Monday night, we're going to do Saturday and Sunday, but a limited amount.
All right. I was just curious. A couple of people have asked.
There's a meeting this morning going on right now between Ray and
the mayor,
Mike Morley, and the mayor, and we'll have more information to pass on. As soon as I know, we'll pass it on.
Good.
And
so I was reading.
We got a general meeting, by the way, on Sunday. I do hope to see you there. We haven't seen your face there for a year and a half. So it'd be nice.
When is it? Sunday?
I can see where this is going. Can't make it, eh?
Can't make it.
Okay. Thank you.
That's
okay.
previous engagement.
Everybody asks about you.
Hey, listen, I was reading an article yesterday, and I know that you're a clothes hound. In that, how many suits do you own, Mike?
Suits?
Suits.
Probably 5.
5 suits. Because I was reading about the new trends for 2021. There's some interesting things. I know a lot of it has to do with the pandemic, and suit sales and jacket sales across the country have been off like ridiculously, high, like 40, 50, 60% from the clothing stores because of all the people working from home, which, makes all the sense in the world. But indications are that suits are not going to go by the wayside, but that suits, like a suit jacket with a pair of, a suit pants, matching suits, is dwindling, and the market for that garb is dwindling. Yeah, shrinking big time.
It doesn't surprise me.
So then
I think people should wear whatever they feel comfortable.
I like casual. I mean, I do. I always have. I like. As long as you don't look like a slob. I mean, you go to California, and not just California. You go to any of these big corporations. They have jeans and a shirt on. I mean, that's just the way they work.
Yep.
But the other thing was, so I was reading this article, and it talked about some of the trends that are going away for 2021. Here's just a couple of them. The concept of the modern farmhouse. A lot of people buy these farmhouses, and that's going away. And the other thing,
I don't understand, T. What do you mean going?
In other words, a lot of people, home buyers, and that's what they're basing the trends on. They buy these farmhouses, or they build houses that look like farmhouses, but they're modern looking. You know what I mean? Just to get that look. Okay. I guess that's a trend that's going away relatively quickly. Another trend in 2021 is the open space concept. For years, everybody's been doing open space, and now they're saying that because a lot of people are home and working, rooms are now becoming more than single space rooms, single space concept. It could be an office, they could be, whatever.
So it's a multi-purpose room, more or less?
Exactly. Another thing that's going away is all white kitchens. All white kitchens are no longer in vogue. By the way, we have one, but we were getting new countertops. So all white kitchens going away. Minimalistic living. They're saying that now people should start bringing in, as a matter of fact, even if you're living in a modern house, bring in a couple of antique pieces. You can fill your house up. It's okay to fill your house up with pictures on the wall and whatever, extra, tables, chairs to make it more. Well, I think it's cluttered too. And another thing that's going away and sales are way down, mass-produced furniture. People seem to be spending more money on more quality furniture. So in other words, instead of something lasting you 5 years or 6 years, they're buying furniture that's going to last 25 or 30 years. Okay. So yeah, some of these trends, I think it's kind of interesting to see what's going on.
Furniture is really, they make a lot of furniture in North Carolina, don't they?
I think most of this, most of what you see is made overseas.
Overseas?
I think most of what you see is made overseas. Yeah. Wow. I think as a matter of fact, I can tell you right now that the big chains like Jordan's and Bob's, yeah, those are made in other countries. Those are made in other countries, and lead times are crazy.
People's taste. The younger generation have their ideas, and something. Everything has its cycle. Sometimes old things come back. Sometimes they don't. So,
but I'll tell you what, it's amazing.
You look at the age group between 28 and 33.
Yeah.
And you look at the millions of kids that are out there at that age level that want to buy a house. That's where you're going to see what you're talking about really take effect.
Yeah. I certainly agree with that. It's a lot's happening, a lot's changing. You know, we're talking about, and the other thing is this. I mean, Mike, you're the financial guy. Lead times for anything. I mean,
3 months, 4 months, 5 months.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, we ordered some furniture for our TV room, some new furniture. We ordered it back in April. Every single week, I get a notification that it's the lead time has gone out a little further. Lead time now for 2 pieces of furniture, a couch and a love seat. Now they're talking August 1st. We ordered it in April.
Was this because of COVID?
Mike, I swear to God, I don't know. I think probably part of it was.
Yeah.
It's just like what's happened in the lumber industry, as you know.
Well,
I mean, lead times on you know, there's some materials that are next to impossible to get. We're having a fence put in our little garden here. Ordered that in April. Was supposed to be in this week. They pushed it out to the end of July. Just
no kidding.
Yeah, there's just no product.
You know, you talk about that open concept, and I know that's what everybody wants, or at least that's the trend right now, like you said. But I got to be honest with you. I don't find those rooms comfy or cozy. I really don't. There is nothing warm about them. They're big. They're monstrous. 1,200 square feet, some of them. I mean, but it's cold.
I don't think I disagree with you on that. I don't think I disagree with you. I think that.
I mean, I don't know what our listeners think, but you know, to me, I kind of like a room. I like to walk into a house that's got warmth, like a sense of, you know, like family.
Well, you know something. That's a generational thing, but you're right. But there's something to be said about that, and it looks like the trends are starting to go back that way, which I think is kind of cool. You know what's amazing? It's just amazing how much disposable cash the generations below us have. It's just mind-boggling, the disposable cash that they had. And we were talking about that last night at dinner. You know, growing up Italian, Mike, same thing with you and your father and your grandfather and how hard they worked. Not that the kids today are not working hard. They are working hard. But the revenue that they're bringing in, and it's because of their professions or what's going on in the economy.
And
it's
their
just
parents died and left them a lot of money.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it.
You think about our generation when we pass away and we leave it to, you know, our kids. I mean, that has a lot to do with it.
I know it does.
I'll tell you, these people make a lot of money. These young professionals, they make a lot of money. But
amazing amounts of money.
They spend a ton of money. I mean, whatever they make, they spend.
Absolutely. It's interesting to see how the whole thing works. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it because I'm happy that they're doing well, but I think that it's healthy at the very beginning to struggle a little bit. I think that gives you a good sense of values.
Yeah, but they're not struggling. That's the point. Everything is handed to them. You got these parents, their kids who have everything under the sun. You know, they go off to college, they're going to take a Volvo station wagon to college. I mean, come on, will you? I don't know.
No, I agree. What did your grandfather do, Big Mike?
He worked in the wood mill for quite a while.
He did.
And then from there, he went up to Exeter. He worked in Exeter till he retired.
So,
but,
I mean,
you know,
he worked.
It's funny you're talking about the immigrants because, and no matter what they made, they were able to save some. Right. And that's not the trend today. I mean, you and I spoke this week, and I told you I'm reading a book called Three Whistles by Gloria Grillo-Basmakian.
Yeah, you were telling me about it.
And it's a fictional book, but a lot of her research was done here at the Lawrence History Center. And I'll tell you, I'm not really that much into reading books, but I'm into this one. Let me tell you. And
yeah, I want to get my hands on one. It sounded really intriguing.
When I'm done reading mine, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, no, it sounded really, really intriguing. Which you know,
three whistles, and the three whistles, Tommy, signified the steam whistles from the mills in Lawrence.
Yeah,
one would blow at 5:30 in the morning, one would go off at noontime, and one would go off at 6 in the evening. And you could hear it. You know, Lawrence is 7 square miles. No matter where you were, you
You
could
could hear it.
But if you listen to what sacrifices these immigrants had to make, especially on the Italian side, how they were ridiculed and looked down upon by the Irish at that time. The Irish were here before. They worked themselves into fire departments, police departments, politics, and the Italian.
But you know, it's a trickle-down effect because the Irish was subjected to the same kind of mistreatment. Listen, you're right. But, you know, I'm thinking about while you were saying how hard they work. I'm thinking about my grandmother. My grandmother lived to be 98, and still couldn't understand her. She was
on your mother's side, too?
On my father's side. She got here when she was 8 years old, lived to be 98, so she was 90 years, and she still spoke very broken English. But, you know, you're talking about how they saved.
Yeah.
Every single year of my life, she would give us each $1,000 savings bond.
Seriously.
Now, this is a woman that worked in the mills as a seamstress for years and years and years and years. But that's what she would do every year.
Wow.
You know,
Isn't
I mean,
that-
I think $1,000 bond would cost about $100. It was a 500 at the time. She did that every single year. All right, we're going to take a break. David, can we take a break is the question.
Yes, we can.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We get back, Mikey, I want to talk to you about grass clippings.
Oh, you know, some people upset me to no end.
All right, we're going to talk about that, all right?
Yep.
We'll be right back.
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love...
I guess we're still on the air, Mikey.
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach.
We're having all kinds of fun today.
David.
Yeah. Hold on a sec.
No, that's okay. No problem. No problem. If you can't do it, we'll continue on because I want to hear what Mikey has to say about these grass clippings.
All right, hold on. Let me try to do it this
This
way.
is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and we can never agree. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with great Italian cuisine, Capri Seaside Italian Grill. Me, I love the elegant romantic vibe, Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that'll make it the place you want to visit every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of an even cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites, and the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Music Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all these great places, and they treat everyone like they're Mike Lamazzo. And best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all of this fun is right at your fingertips. We can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out about all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at NorthshorePavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts.
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we are back. Mikey Lamazzo in Salem. Listen, our apologies. Don't blame Mike. Don't blame Dave. Blame Microsoft or Bill Gates. Who the hell creates this internet stuff, Mikey? Who's the guy?
You know, it's way beyond me, pal.
I mean, there's someone's to blame when we have internet problems. We have about 50. Good. We have about 14 minutes, so that's good because I even kind of lost track there. But anyway, Mikey, so you made a point about using a rake first. Then, can you run that by me because I don't. Go ahead. I'm curious.
Basically, this is the time of year that if you have arborvitaes on your property,
Excuse me,
are evergreen trees. This is the time that you need to kind of prune them back a little bit, put them in shape. My routine is usually I wait until like the 5th of June, 7th of June. That's when I trim all my trees in the pool area, outside the pool area, anything that needs on the outside of the house that needs to be pruned. That's when I do it. Then I'll do it again the first week in October. That way, before the cold weather comes, they have a chance to grow a little bit. But the shrubbery, the evergreens in particular, they're very compact, as you know.
Yeah.
And bees love to make a nest in them. And I think you're going to have some of our listeners nodding their head in agreement with me. So basically what I do is I get my rake and I'll stand away from the evergreen that I'm going to trim. And I put the rake down and I shake it with the rake.
Yeah.
And I try to keep my distance as much as possible. I see there's bee activity, I'll leave that tree alone. But if you go in there and you got a hedge clipper and you're cutting away and you cut into one of those nests, boy, it's life-threatening. It really is. And that has happened to people. So you got to be very, very careful when you're trimming, especially compact trees, because you can't see the nest. So, something that's word to the wise as far as that goes. When we were talking before, we were talking about grass and grass clippings.
The one you smoke or the one you mow?
The one you mow.
Okay.
Especially here in the area that I live in, we're on a complete water ban. You cannot use a hose outside. And they actually have the water police driving around the neighborhood. Now, my next door neighbor got nailed the other day. And they gave him a warning the first time. And it's funny because he put in an irrigation system last year when he put in a new lawn. And I was actually thinking of doing the irrigation system, but I've been here long enough to know that water sometimes becomes an issue. Unless we get a normal amount of snow, our water supply, because we're on 2 big wells that feed my community. And even though we're right on Cannibal Lake, we don't have water rights to Cannibal Lake. Somebody in their infinite wisdom gave up the water rights years and years ago to the town of Salem from a piece of land. So even though we got all kinds of water directly near us, we can't tap into it. So they have to drill these big wells. And I'll tell you, they're right on top of it. The name of the company is called Penachuk. I believe it's owned by the city of Nashua. I think they bought it.
It is.
Well, anyway, long story short, I see people spend all kinds of money. Everybody has a service on my street. I think I'm the only one that cuts his own grass. I'm the only one that fertilizes.
I don't do any of that stuff.
And I love doing it.
Yeah, but you do it because you enjoy it. I do it because
I
it's
do.
a pain in the
Well,
ass.
My point is this: you're paying probably $700, $800 to have these guys come 4 or 5 times a year to put fertilizer down on your grass. So the grass grows like crazy, especially this time of year. You got some rain; it grows like crazy. I see these people bag up. They got these lawnmowers and they're 3 big bags on the back of their machine, and they pick up every single blade of grass. Worst thing you could possibly.
So hold on, you're saying that when you mow a lawn, you should leave the grass
Absolutely.
clippings on the ground?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Don't tell me I'm crazy.
You're nuts. It look like hell. Your lawn will look like crap.
It does not. You might have to cut if you let it grow too long. I mean, you cut yours once a month, whether it needs it or not in the summertime. That's baloney. You know,
well, my man Roger, I got to support him.
Once a week, sometimes twice a week, you got to cut your grass. And I leave all my clippings. A blade of grass, 92% water. 92% water. Now, we're in a water restriction. Why would you want to pick up a valuable asset like grass clippings? Do you know how many grass clippings I would have if I picked them up? I've never picked up, and I've been here for 36, 37 years. I've never picked up grass clippings, and I've never picked up leaves on my lawn.
So if I ask my lawn guy to leave the clippings, you think he'll give me a break in the in my price?
Of course not.
No way.
I mean, you were going to a barber and spending $25 when you had 4 pieces of hair in your head.
That's a good point.
This guy ain't going to give you a break.
Very good point.
You're a mock.
So let me ask you a question, because I've
M on you.
I've thought about this whole grass thing. I was talking to Ellen about it several nights ago.
You thinking of cutting your own?
No. Why
You
is
don't
all
have that much?
What about colored grass? Why is all grass green? Why don't they have colored? Why can't they?
Probably because of the chloroform that's in it.
Why can't they make colored grass so that if you want your lawn to be blue or green or purple, I think that would look so cool across the country.
The only thing is it wouldn't blend with the green leaves on the trees.
All the better.
No.
All the better.
You think green. What do you think? You think growth. You think spring. I mean, this is such a wonderful time of the year. The place looks beautiful.
It does.
Everything, no matter where you go. I mean, it's breathtakingly gorgeous. It really is.
No,
it really is.
I agree.
But
I agree with you.
You should. I mean, I'm telling our listeners, if you can, if you're able to cut your lawn before it gets too high. I mean, you let it grow 7, 8 inches, then you go to cut it. It's going to look like crap. But you may have to cut a couple of areas, maybe twice. But it's the best thing you could possibly do for your lawn. Best thing in the world. Best fertilizer you can give it. David, do you agree with me?
I do. I have a question, though. Our grass is very much. We have sections that are really nice. Then we have some that are that crabgrassy stuff. What can we do to that? That is.
Well, I use
a lot of chemicals.
Hold on. Can I answer that?
Sure.
All right.
This ought to be good, David.
No. It's a very simple thing, David.
Yeah.
And this works to a T.
Yeah.
Get all that crabgrass out of there, and you're gonna have bare dirt. Correct?
Okay.
Get yourself some spray paint, green, that will match the color of the grass. You spray it. I've done that. You spray it. It looks phenomenal.
Almost like artificial turf.
Absolutely.
Scott's puts out a 4-step program. And the first step you should put down toward the end of March, David.
Okay.
As soon as you can walk in your grass.
Oh God, help me, God! I'm begging you to help me.
That will clear up all the crabgrass issues you have in your property. Seriously, put it down with a broadcast.
Who cares? Who cares?
He asked me a question. I'm answering it. So do me a favor. Quiet. And like I said, David, it'll get rid of 99% of all your crabgrass. It'll die right there. You can see it.
Right.
It'll just shrivel right up, and then overseed it. If you have areas that are spotty and you have circles on your lawn where no grass is growing, that's a sign that you have grubs.
Oh,
and grubs can cause A lot of agita.
All right, can we move on, please?
Wait, one more question. I got an
Let's talk
extra
about
beer.
old-time baseball from 1900.
Yeah, come on. I got one more.
Come on, David.
Our grass not only have crabgrass, we have a lot of ants.
Oh, that comes part and parcel.
Because there's no grass?
Absolutely.
He does. Don't, he's yanking your chain, kid. I'm telling you.
Lead
He's
me
yanking-
down a path.
He doesn't know a thing about why you got ants.
Why do I have ants?
Because he leaves food on the ground.
I do not.
You got a lot of holes from ants, or you just got ants on your grass?
A lot of holes from ants. A lot of ant hills.
I'd say I don't have that problem, so I've never had a tree.
So I'm thinking maybe your property is infested and you have to move.
You could have built on an anthill.
That's right. Hey, David, let's just to change gears. I need your advice on something. We have a few minutes left, David. Right? What do we got for time? About 5 minutes?
Yeah, we got about 4.5 minutes.
All right, David. Real quickly, I'm getting into beer. I'm not a big beer drinker. I know Mikey is not a beer drinker at all. I like a Coors Light every once in a while, but
I've never had a beer in my life.
I know that, Mikey. I just said that. We've talked about it a million times.
Did I ever tell you that I've never had a beer in my life?
Yeah, 4,000
Never had a beer.
David, what's an IPA? Go ahead.
It's an India Pale Ale, and the folklore is the British troops that were in India wanted beer, and to make the beer last longer, they created this thing called an India Pale Ale that would make the beer last longer.
So is it a lighter beer?
It can be like lighter to mid dark, certainly not dark, and they're a little bitter. So when you drink it, if they can be very bitter to a little bitter.
So is that opposed to like a stout? And the reason I'm asking because my son bought me this. He said this is great. It's very hard to get up in Vermont. It's called Heady Topper. And then I went on the Consumer Magazine, and this is for when we have company. I bought some Sierra Nevada, which I don't know anything about it, but so the question is there a difference between like an IPA and a stout?
No, absolutely. Yeah, stout's going to be a darker, heavier beer. There are some coffee stouts and porters. Those are also dark beers. How do you drink your coffee? Do you drink coffee?
I do.
Well, how do you take it?
Just with a little cream.
That's it?
Actually, lactate. But
but it's not. You don't add a lot of sugar or anything like that.
I don't put any sugar in it.
Okay, so there are people out there that will tell you I drink coffee black, so they say I'm going to like darker, richer red wines, and I'm going to like beers that are a little bit.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And it's kind of true. So you're probably IPA / Pilsner leaning kind of beer person, I'm guessing. If you start experimenting with beers, you'll probably like those kind of beers. You may not like the porters because they're a little too dark, or like something like a Guinness.
Yeah, I don't like those. Well, see, yeah, because they feel that they're too heavy.
Right, they feel heavy and dark. I like the darker, heavier beers.
You do,
and I'll drink some IPAs every now and again. I don't mind the bitter. Some people can't stand the bitter at all. They don't like them at all. But you may want to try the Sierra Nevada. You'll probably like actually.
I have some. I have not tried it. I bought a 12-pack. I am going to have one this weekend. I'm going to try one.
Do a review.
I will.
Yeah,
Again, I don't know a lot about beer.
Good idea.
Mikey, you know what I was thinking? What do you think you and I on the air? You're 70x years old. I think on
76.
What do you think about us getting you to drink a beer or a half a beer in the year? That would be so cool.
I can't even stand the smell of it.
Would you take one for the team?
Like my wife. My wife
absolutely.
You will? Yeah. Seriously?
As long as it's cold, I'll struggle through it.
And David, you know something? I think for something
somewhere.
Well, no, something for Mike, like maybe just a Coors Light, not a Coors Light, like a what's the light, the Mexican one, a Corona Light. Corona Light for Mikey would be perfect.
Yeah, you can try it and see. He may. You probably won't like it at this point. But
I can't stand the smell of it.
Are you in?
So
I'll give it a shot.
All right. Guess what? We're going to do it next weekend in the studio because we're going to be in the studio next weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring an ice cold. I'm going to bring an ice cold Corona Light. And you're going to drink it.
And next week we'll be able to take calls, right, guys?
We will,
David.
Yep.
All right, that's it for the week, guys. Mikey, have a good week. David, have a good week. Sorry for the internet mingadis, but nothing we can do about it. I know. With that being said, have a great week, everyone. And remember, if you can't make fun of yourself, please don't make fun of anyone.
Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, everybody. Take care.
Take care.
Ciao.
Arrivederci.
Ciao ciao. Buonanotte. A presto.
Ciao. C'è una luna in mezzo mare, mamma mia, mamma di dare. Figlia mia, cosa dare, mamma mia, pensate. Mamma, la voglio che me voglio maritare. Ehi!